Hi, beautiful people. How are you? Today I'm going to talk very briefly about the doors of perception and how we open them up. And I'll tell you all about it on the other side. So when I was out with the emissaries, we were out together. When I was running and I was communing with them, I asked them what their opinion of ayahuasca was. Now, I've asked this before, but I just wanted to kind of understand where they are. And what they said was that for them, ayahuasca is a tool that allows us to increase our sensitivity. And they said that the biggest issue that we have is narrowness of belief, narrowness of thought, and an inability to understand fully what's happening. Okay. And what they said is something like ayahuasca allows us to expand the comfort zone of our mind. It opens up the doors of perception. Okay? The doors of perception. And therefore what happens is when the doors of perception are opened, we expect to see more, and we do see more. And that's kind of what ayahuasca does. It's opening up your field of perception. Right, and if anybody, and I'm sure many people who watch this probably have experienced ayahuasca, if you have experienced ayahuasca, you understand that what you think is kind of this 3D reality, when you go there to that place, you understand that it's so much bigger. You know, once you've had a chat, once you've had a bit of a conversation with the little pixies on the other side, then you know that there's a lot more to this shit than just what meets the eye. And it was really ayahuasca that actually opened up the connection with the emissaries. They manipulated things so that I was drawn to ayahuasca, so they say. And then I went there, my perception was opened up, I was given the message to meditate. Very, very clearly, meditate. When I came back, I meditated and the emissaries came straight through. So when I talk to them, when I'm going to the retreats, I'll say, so are you going to be with me? And they say, we're going to be with you. We're always with you. But during the ceremony, we will withdraw from you. And I asked them, why? Why withdraw? And they say, well, it's because the energy, the frequency of that experience it's not their vibration. They're in a very different vibration. This one is earthbound, heavy, but not heavy bad. This is Mother Nature at its strongest, at its wildest, at its most animalistic, I suppose. That's the experience. It's almost like stepping into all of the archetypes that you could possibly imagine, and you're given everything in that way. So that's not what the emissaries are here to do. But they're really big fans of it. They're really big fans because of the fact that it opens perception. You see, what happens is that I think this is what they were waiting for. They wanted me to do some work, but I just wasn't open to it. I thought I was really open to stuff, but I wasn't. I needed to go on this experience and have my mind kind of blown, which is basically what I had. Boom! Blown wide open, so that they could then come down. Because at the beginning, you know, what's interesting is they don't do it now. But at the beginning, they had to get my attention, they had to move my body. They had to move my body and make me do things that was outside of my control. They don't need to now, but at the beginning, so they needed to have a jolly good connection, and I think to get that they needed me to be jolly well open. Yeah, so hence the ayahuasca thing. So it all kind of all fits together when you look back, but at the time I didn't have a clue what was happening. So I am not in any way promoting ayahuasca as something that you should do. Ayahuasca is something that finds you. You were drawn to it. If you're not drawn to it, don't do it, because it's probably the toughest experience that you will ever have in your life. it's tough. I mean, it's tougher than, it's like, imagine a year's worth of heavy therapy where you're crying a lot each time. And imagine that compressed into one night. That's what it is. So it's not for the faint-hearted. And it isn't for everybody. Not everybody needs it. Some people are already open. Some people are already really open to that. I obviously wasn't. And I needed to be open to it. So I'm very grateful. And that's why I go back. I go back because it keeps that awareness, that openness. It keeps me kind of on that level, which I love. I absolutely love it. You know, I perceive life in a very different way now. Very different. And it makes me a lot calmer as well. Because once you've been there, everything else is just a piece of piss, basically. Once you've had one of those experiences, life is just a piece of piss compared to what you go through there. So there you are. I'm really selling this as a wonderful thing, eh? But it's life-changing. But only if it's right for you. Okay, that's all I wanted to say on that matter. Thank you. I love you all, and I'll see you all later on. Bye-bye.